I've been looking for a Bullitt project for a long time, but I wanted a matching numbers car. I wanted a 68 fastback GT with a matching numbered motor. So that would have to be a 390 and a 4-speed transmission, which are very rare because these cars have been monkeyed with. And my name's Steve McColgan, and I'm driving a 68 Bullitt Mustang.
And talking about Steve Muck, could tell me about.
Well, he's my idol when I was a kid. I'm 60 this year. So I grew up, I was 11 years old, 12 years old when that movie came out. And I always wanted one of these cars. I'm a costumer for Major Features. I do wardrobe. So, I'm around this sort of stuff. And a friend of mine called me about this car. It's all matching numbers. The Marty report says that it's all the 390, 4-speed. The only difference between this car and the McQueen car is this has air conditioning and a very rare center console, which they only did for 2 months. So when Ford went on strike, they came back and they did a few of them with the console, and this was one of the cars. So that's the only reason, that's the only difference. This car came up, it came online at 8 o'clock at night on eBay. I just happened to be checking that night, came up, called the guy. I went to his house the next morning. He was in Altadena. He wanted $28,500 for this car. Wouldn't come down a penny. He had 4 calls wanting to buy it. Well, my bank was right down the street, so ran over. I bought the car. This car had original seats, covers to reupholster it, and some different odds and ends that the guy never got around to doing. So everything on this car is as original as you can get. Here's the rarest thing in this whole car. Kurt just reminded me. This is Yankee Metal Products mirror. Nobody has these. They're non-existent. McQueen had this put on his car. They're impossible to find. I found one, and this is exactly the position, the type mirror that he had on his car. So this is the rarest thing in this whole car. The unique thing about this color is when guys restore these cars, they use the current Hunter Green. This car originally had this front piece was the original green color. So we use that as our standard to paint the car. So if you look, this is the only, you look at these restorations, they don't look this color. They're a little darker and things. The other thing about McQueen's cars, from what we know, is that he had an aluminum Holley intake manifold put on it. And he kept the original carburetor. And he had headers put on it. As far as we know, that was the only work done on the car, and that's what I did.
Great.
The body was taken down to the metal. Everything on this car was taken down. The motor was completely rebuilt. It's got 460 horsepower. It has custom-made headers, and it has the same sort of exhaust system that McQueen's car had, which was headers with straight pipes and cherry bombs.
It sounds like that would sound pretty nice.
Oh, it sounds incredible. I'll start this car. About this car is McQueen had this 67 Shelby steering wheel put in. These are about a $6,000 steering wheel.
I was going to say that's a GT350 with steering wheel, and he had that as well.
He had it put in, and he had Tony Nancy cover it in leather. So we even did that. This was the same motor they put in a GT40.